didn't end in one moment. It began quietly. Deep beneath the Earth's surface. A strange energy building, waiting to tear our planet apart. In a few months, oceans would rise, continents would crumble. And only a handful of people would survive. This is how humanity almost ended. In 2009, deep inside an Indian copper mine, something strange was happening. Dr. Satnam Tsiratani, a scientist, was running tests on the Earth's core, and what he found changed everything. The temperature beneath the Earth's crust was rising faster than ever recorded. The planet's heartbeat was accelerating. He calls his old friend, Adrian Helmsley, an American geologist, and warns him. Adrian, the numbers are off the charts. Something's heating up the core. When he sees the data, his face goes pale. If this keeps up, the Earth's surface will start collapsing, not in centuries, but in years. He rushes back to Washington, D.C. to warn the U.S. government. He meets Karl Anheuser, the president's chief of staff. If these readings are correct, Adrian says, the world's crust will become unstable. We're talking global destruction. Anheuser stares at him, silent. Then, without a word, he walks out. Because the government already knows. While the world keeps living its normal life, governments across the globe are preparing something massive in secret. They start building giant ships, called arks, hidden deep within the mountains of China. Only world leaders, scientists, and the richest people are selected to board them when the time comes. Humanity's survival has a price tag. Far from all this chaos, in Los Angeles, lies Jackson Curtis, a failed writer and part-time limo driver. He's divorced, and his ex-wife Kate now lives with her new boyfriend, Gordon, a plastic surgeon. Jackson loves his kids, Noah and Lily, more than anything. He picks them up for a weekend camping trip to Yellowstone National Park. Just a simple trip. No one knows it'll be their last peaceful weekend on Earth. At Yellowstone, they find the lake is gone. Completely dried up. Military helicopters are flying overhead. Something's wrong. Jackson sneaks into a restricted zone with his kids, and meets a strange man named Charlie Frost, a conspiracy radio host living in an old van. Charlie tells him, the world's ending, man. The government's building ships in China. Only the rich get to live. Jackson laughs it off, thinking he's crazy. But deep down, something about Charlie's words stays with him. Days later, strange things begin to happen. Massive earthquakes hit Japan and Chile. Reports of volcanoes awakening. Even birds start migrating in the wrong direction. Then one morning, Los Angeles begins to shake. Jackson is dropping his kids back when he sees cracks splitting through the roads. Buildings start swaying. Sirens everywhere. He rushes home to get Kate and Gordon. Jackson drives his family through the collapsing city in his limo, weaving through falling debris, explosions, and chaos. The ground literally opens up. Skyscrapers crumble like paper. Entire streets sink into the earth. They load the children into the plane, take off from a crumbling runway, and fly into a world that is breaking apart. They see entire regions split open. They watch vast walls of water grow in the ocean. Their path becomes a gauntlet of ash and fire. Planes fall like toys. Cities vanish below them. They aim for China, because the arks are rumored to be hidden in the Himalayas. Fuel is low. The weather is terrible. They keep going because the alternative is to stay behind. Charlie's words echo in Jackson's head. He remembers the map Charlie showed him, the one leading to the ships in China. That's their only chance. They landed their plane near Yellowstone National Park for refueling and finding that map. He and his family head back to Yellowstone to find Charlie's map. But when they reach, the entire park has turned into a volcano. They barely survive as the ground erupts behind them. Inside Charlie's burned-out van, Jackson finds the map. He loads everyone onto a small plane, Gordon flying it, and they take off just as the volcano explodes. Lava rains down from the sky. Mountains collapse behind them. It's pure destruction, the earth tearing itself apart. As they fly across the world, it becomes clear. There's nowhere safe. Meanwhile, in Washington, President Thomas Wilson refuses to leave his people. He stays behind as the White House is destroyed by a massive tsunami. Adrian Helmsley, the scientist who warned them, boards one of the arks in China, carrying the guilt of knowing billions are dying outside. For reaching out to the China where arks are available, Gordon said they need big plane. Amidst the chaos of a crumbling airfield, Yuri's massive Antonov cargo plane waits, but there's one problem, no pilot. Jackson runs up to Yuri with Kate and the kids right behind him. Yuri. He shouts. You need a pilot? Gordon can fly. Yuri turns, eyes wide with disbelief. For a moment, Yuri hesitates, but there's no time. The world is literally collapsing. "Fine," he barks. "Everyone aboard. Move." They all rush up the metal ramp. Inside, it feels like a steel cave full of cars and chaos. The Antonov lurches forward, metal screeching, tires bouncing off cracked concrete. The massive plane trembles as it gains speed, and just as the entire runway drops into the abyss, the Antonov lifts off, barely clearing the flames. From the cockpit, the city below looks like it's being swallowed alive, fire, smoke, and chaos stretching to the horizon. Jackson's plane is running out of fuel. They crash land on a snowy mountain in Tibet, right near the secret Ark facility. Sasha opened the back gate of plane and they all entered in a car, and exit through that car safely. They've made it. But getting inside is another battle. The Chinese cops arrived on helicopter, and they asked for boarding passes, but only Yuri have golden tickets for his kids and for himself. All other left behind. So they all started walking, and they saw a truck. They asked for help and lift. The truck was also going towards Arks. The Arks are massive, the size of cities, built to survive the apocalypse. But access is strictly controlled. Guards open the gates only for the chosen ones, billionaires and officials. But poor Yuri didn't arrive to time. Jackson and his family hide inside a supply truck to sneak in. At the same time, huge tsunamis are approaching, one of them carrying a cruise ship, and even the Himalayas are being swallowed by the sea. Inside the Ark, chaos breaks out as people panic to get in. A hydraulic door malfunctions, trapping Jackson and his family in the lower decks. Water rushes in as the massive wave hits. A massive 27,000-foot wave smashes into the Arks, tossing them around like toys. The entire facility floods. Jackson struggles underwater to free his son, trapped behind a metal gate. He fights against the rising water, screaming for help. At the last second, he manages to open the hatch, saving Noah just before both would drown. As the water levels drop, the ship stabilizes. The storm outside starts to calm. Humanity has barely survived. Days later, the world is silent. The sky's clear, and sunlight returns. The survivors gather on the deck of the Ark. Jackson stands beside his family. For the first time in years, they're together. The Ark's navigation system shows something incredible. Africa has risen from the ocean. A new land. A new beginning.